Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of my Power BI tutorials. In my previous video, I said something about my next video being me creating a dashboard from the data set I was working with. But I felt like I needed to touch on a topic first. So expect that video next week. Okay, so in this video, we are going to be looking at DAX. So what is DAX? DAX stands for Data Analysis Expression. It is basically a library of functions and operators that help you build formulas. You can use DAX to create new measures and calculated columns within Power BI that can help you a lot in gaining insights into your data. Okay, so right now I'm currently in my sales table where I have my customer ID, my customer name, my product ID, order ID, units sold and date purchased. Okay, so let's take a look at our store table. Okay, in my store table I have my product ID, product name, price, production cost. Okay, so let me go to my model view. Okay, as you can see, my two tables are connected via, they have a relationship together and they are connected via my product ID. So we are going to be using this new measure and new column to write our DAX functions. Okay, so let me drop down these tables very fast. Okay, so I'm going to this sales table and I'm going to hit new measure. Okay, the reason I did this is that I want to write a DAX function and I want the function that I will be writing to be saved in this sales model. So at the top right here, this is a bar that we can write our functions in. Right over here, there is writing measure. We can change this, we can rename it. So I'm looking for the count of my sales. So count of sales. That's what we're going to be calling this. Okay. So as I'm writing my function, is already giving me suggestions. Okay, so I'm looking for my count. You can either hit tab or hit the counts. Okay, so it's asking for my column name. Now I want counts of my order ID. You can come over here and select it, or you can type it out. Order ID. I hit my tab. Okay. Now, right over here, it has finalized the process and it has saved it. So we can open it up by checking this box beside it. Okay, I want this in form of a table. Okay, we have total of 20 sales. Okay, so now what we want to find out now is my customers who are buying these products. So we'll come over here and hit customer name. I need to drag customer on top of my sales. Okay, now we can see that John Smith and John Doe, these are our biggest customers. So the next thing I want to look into is, so I want to know how many of my products are actually selling. Okay, so what is that big product of mine that is selling the most? I have 5 different items, but I want to know the one that is receiving more orders and the one that is barely receiving orders at all. So this is what I want to look into. Okay, so I come over to my sales table, right click, hit new measure. I'm going to call this measure sum of products sold. Okay, so I'm going to sum my units sold. It's going to create that measure right here. So I'm going to hit the box. So looking at this now, so looking at this table now, I can see that milk is my biggest product that is selling, followed by apple and cup. Okay, so these DAX functions that you're writing can be very simple and can help you gain more insights into your data that can help a lot with your visualizations. So for my last example here now, I want to look at my profit. I want to know the customers that spends the most money with me. Okay, if you look at my two tables here, my sales and my store, there is no profit column here. So I'm going to use a formula. So I come to this store, create a measure. I'm going to use a formula to create the profit column. Okay, so I'm going to call this profit. I'm going to call it profit. Okay, so I'm going to do sum of my price, close that parenthesis, subtract it with sum of my production cost, then I'll multiply it. Okay, wait, I'm doing multiplication, so I need to. Then I multiply it with sum of my units sold. Then I hit enter. The measure is going to be created right here. Okay. Okay, it has been created. We'll drag it up here. We'll make it in form of a table. Okay, now we can see our profit. Now I want to know which customer spends the most money with me. Okay, so I drag customer. Okay. Now seeing this, I'm already seeing that John Smith spends most money with me, followed by Sarah White. Okay, guys, so that's it on DAX functions. If you found this video very helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe.